Hey, what's happening, everybody? Thank you for joining us here at Preparedness. Taking the kids out to get haircuts, so we're going to try to do this. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, wanted to talk about end of days, apocalypse, Armageddon, all that stuff. And once again, I am not a pastor, not a preacher, a Christian. Do quite a bit of studying and give you my take on it. For those of you that don't know, let's try to come. I'm trying to talk to the people here. It's okay, they're fine. I got Trey helping me here, trying to calm down the wild animals. Anyway, the tribulation is a 7-year span, and that's when you hear about Antichrist, the beast, the mark, and all of that. Okay. As far as the rapture, I believe that the church will be raptured before the tribulation. Okay, there are people that have debated pre-tribulation, during the tribulation, or post-tribulation. There's different I wish I had my Bible with me. This was kind of just a spur of the moment thing, so I apologize, guys. I don't have the production that a lot of those other guys do. Maybe one day I will. I don't know. But anyway, pre-tribulation rapture, and I've heard people ask the question, in Revelation, America's not really talked about. You've got the kings of the east, the north, all this other stuff. And of course, in Revelation, it doesn't call out certain countries. Okay. So you have to try to decipher. But one thing that most people agree on is that America is really not mentioned in the end times. How can that be? We're superpower. Okay? How's that possible? I mean, we have a hand in all world events, so how is that possible? Here's my take on it, and kind of follow with me. The rapture is when Jesus will come back in the clouds. He doesn't set foot on earth, and the church will meet him in the clouds. Okay. Because there's different verses talking about when Jesus comes back and this and that. Yeah, but he's coming back to get us first, and at the end of the tribulation is when he comes back, and that's when Armageddon. Okay, that's when the war. Okay. But anyway, let's kind of think about this. Let's analyze this. If you look at the different countries and what religion all these different countries are mainly. Okay. Sorry, I'm working on my coffee for today, so the brain hasn't kicked in yet. Look at China, not Christian. They have no religion. They don't allow Christianity. People over there have to meet in secret in houses to be able to worship God. And just a side note, think about that next time you're getting ready to go to church and you're like, man, I really don't want to go. We can go church whenever, well, I was about to say whenever we want. Whenever they're having service, no problem, we just go. Different countries, people are being killed for attending churches, okay, gatherings. So China, not Christian. India, not Christian. If you look at all these different countries, there's some Christianity there, but not like what you see in the U.S. And I'm not going to be one of these guys. Well, yeah, a lot of people say they're Christian, but they're not. That's between them and God, not me. But if you look at the U.S., a majority of people consider themselves Christian. Okay, and stand by. Okay, sorry, we had to put babies in seats and all that other fun stuff. If you have kids, you know it takes a while. Anyway, so here in America, we have a majority of people that associate, there we go, themselves with Christianity. So let's say Jesus comes back to take back his church, the Rapture. What's it going to look like in all these different countries? China, not going to be affected too much. India, not going to be affected too much. But when you get around to the U.S., UK to some Central America, you're going to see a large percentage of the population that's just gone. So let's just look at the U.S. since that's where a majority of us are at. What is going to happen when all of a sudden 50, 60%, 70%, because the kids get a free pass, of the population is just up and gone? Okay, think about farmers. I haven't run a poll, but I think it's pretty safe to say that farmers probably hold a little large percentage of them, are Christian, than say artists in New York or LA. I'm not saying anything bad against artists in New York or LA. I'm just saying realistically, I'd say it's a pretty safe bet that majority of farmers are Christian. So let's say you got 80% of the farmers, and all of a sudden they're just gone. What's that going to do to our food services, our food growing, distribution, everything? Now you've got shortage of food, and then apply 50% across the board when you're talking about people that keeps the electricity running, people that keeps the gas being made and taken to the gas station for everybody. All this, all of it. Just think across the board, 50% of people are just gone. And the 50% that are left behind, what's going to be their mindset? Okay? How are they going to react to that? So I can see U.S. being in bad shape. And as the U.S. goes, so goes the world. So now you've got the U.S. is not giving millions of dollars to all these countries. The U.S. is not out there in force protecting all these different places. Because if we're honest with ourselves, guys, one of the main reasons that we don't have more skirmishes, wars than we have, is because the U.S. is right there. Hey, baby. No, it's up here. It's okay. Babies. So, what is going to happen to the world? I think you're going to see wars and rumors of wars, even more than we have now, right? Does that sound familiar? You're going to have wars and rumors of wars. Without the people making the food, you're going to have food shortages. You're going to have starvation. You're going to have different diseases. You're not going to have as many doctors, nurses. You're going to have utility issues as far as clean drinking water, sewage disposal, all this stuff. So there's like a lot of stuff's going to happen. Yeah, it's not like just, oh, half of everybody's gone, okay, let's just go ahead and do what we normally do. No, I think there's going to be a real big disruption to everything. And that is where the Antichrist comes into play. He is going to bring peace to all this, okay, because the world is going to be in chaos, okay? The U.S. is no longer the police of the world. There are going to be dictators, tyrants, whatever you want to call them, the bad guy countries, okay, whoever that is. They're going to be on power grabs. They're going to be trying to take this and this and this, and nobody's going to be there to stop them. So you're going to have pretty much the entire world's going to be at war. And I feel pretty confident that if China finds out that the U.S. is in chaos, they're probably going to try to take advantage of that. So probably going to see different countries seeing that this is an opportunity to take out America. Sorry, traffic. So anyway, then the Antichrist is going to come in and he's going to bring peace to the entire world. Okay? And it's at that point in time, you guys have heard the mark of the beast. That's when, once he establishes this one world rule, that it's going to be a one world currency, so to speak. And that is when people are going to have to take the mark to be able to buy, sell, receive paycheck, etc. So for Christians, in my opinion, you don't have to worry about looking for the mark, okay? With this whole corona thing, I've seen a lot of people talking about, oh, it's the mark, it's the mark. We've been hearing the mark for decades, and probably hundreds of years, probably. I just ain't been alive that long. That this is the mark of the beast. I don't think we got to worry about that. As far as Christians, we're going to be gone. It's going to be tough for the people left behind. There's going to be new Christians after the rapture, because there are going to be those people that, oh man, Grandma was right, and they're going to go get Grandma's Bible, and they're going to be like, yeah, this is what's going on. So there's going to be new Christians after excuse me, corona, after the rapture, and these guys are going to have a hard time. It's going to be tough for them. But in my mind, that's what I'm seeing. Absolutely, anybody disagrees with me, please post it below. That is kind of what I'm seeing is probably going to take place, because everything matches up. Because you hear about wars, rumors of wars, pestilence and disease, and all this other stuff. And what's the only thing that can really make that happen? War leads to famine, disease, pestilence. But it's going to have to be a big war. And what's the only way for there to be a big war? It's going to take the big actors, the big boys on the block, getting into it. But yeah, that's kind of my take on it. I know there's people out there that's going to disagree with me, and you know what? That's okay. Believe it or not, in today's day and age, it is okay to not agree with somebody. We don't have to have a screaming match at one another. We can sit down and actually have a civil discourse and discuss things. And I'm not saying at the end of the day everybody's going to believe alike, but it's okay if you don't agree with everybody. And if there are people that don't agree with you, that's all right. That's the way we are. Okay? So, yeah, for my Christian brothers and sisters out there, if you are concerned about watching out for the mark and having to go through all this tribulation, I don't believe we have to worry about it. I'm not saying I know, because I don't, just from what I'm reading and studying. That's what I'm getting, is the rapture will happen before the tribulation, so that we don't have to worry about it. If you are not a Christian and you're still watching, and I pray that you are, please get right with God, man. It's easy, but it's tough, okay? I've spoke about this on another video I did, the #1 prep you need. Yeah, you just need to accept Jesus into your heart. Believe that he is the Son of God that came here and died for you, and you accept him as your Lord and Savior. And it's more than just the words. Accepting him as your Lord means that you are going to follow what he wants you to do. So, and that's the tough part. Everybody's, yeah, I'm saved, I'm Christian, but then they go out and do things they're not supposed to do. We all sin, okay? But the difference is continuing to sin, making excuses for why you sin, and really honestly trying not to sin. And that's the tough part. So please, if you are not a Christian, if you are not saved, I beg you, commit your life to Christ, accept him, because it's going to be bad. And I'm not saying the tribulation is a month away or a year away or 10 years. Dude, it could be hundreds of years away. But if you look at prophecies of the Bible, it could be right around the corner. But once again, people have been saying that ever since Jesus ascended, right? You guys are being pretty good, actually. Thank you. If you are interested in it and you have any questions, I post my email link in the description of all the videos. Feel free, email me. I will try to explain things to you the best I can. But yeah, that's just my take. Once again, post your comments below. If you disagree with me, agree with me, if there was something I was leaving out, hey, that'll just help me, right? You know, let me know that you don't believe the way I do. That'll lead to that discussion, that debate, and maybe everybody can learn something from it. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. If you're enjoying the videos, please do the like, share, subscribe thing. Helps us out here. So thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you all in a while.